Tell me you're ready. Well, this week on the show, as always, I get excited about talking to people around the world, of course, the music scene, all different sorts of genres. And this week, very flattered and very honored, we've got a special guest here with us. Skinny Molly is the name of the band, and he is the bass player for Skinny Molly. This is Lucas Bradshaw. Lucas, thanks for joining us today.
Glad to be here, David.
You are in Nashville, Tennessee right now, is that correct?
Sure am. I sure am. We are currently in Nashville right now, just at the house hanging out, and just chilling.
That's awesome. Well, Skinny Molly, quite a, although it doesn't seem like that long ago, although 2004 is when the band got started, but you guys have really accomplished quite a bit in a short time. The beginning of Skinny Molly, right off to Europe in the beginning, is that correct?
Yeah, the band was sort of created between Mike Estes from Leonard Skinner and Dave Lubeck at the time of Molly Hatchet, and they went over to kind of do a one-off tour just to have fun, and it was such a great response that I guess they just kept on going. It's about 3 years later that I joined the band, and of course Dave went back to Molly Hatchet, and we've just been, carrying on, playing wherever they'll hear us. So we get a chance to do a lot of cool stuff all over the world, really. But yeah, we get to go to play in clubs, to theaters, to bike festivals, to some the biggest international festivals there are.
That's awesome. Now you and I were talking a little bit before we started this interview. You talk about the guys from Molly Hatchet and Leonard Skinner, and there's some other guys in there from Blackfoot, and you say they're the famous ones. But what about you, Lucas Bradshaw? That's who we're talking to here. Give us a little bit more background on your part in the music world.
Well, I grew up in Mountain View, Arkansas, which has the dubious honor of being, I don't know if it's self-imposed or not, but it was the folk music capital of the U.S.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I grew up in an area where that was kind of prominent. I thought mandolins were in every band. So it's very much, in the hills of the Ozarks, and I kind of grew up listening and a little bit playing that music. About 16, I got an electric bass and started playing, I'm sure, heavier stuff, Metallica or Pantera or whatever. And but as I grew older, I guess there was a lot of bluegrass and stuff that I enjoyed playing. And when I moved to Nashville originally, that was what I was going to do, is kind of play some bluegrass stuff, and I played with Jesse McReynolds and the Virginia Boys.
Oh, wow.
From the band Jim and Jesse, and we were a staple, doing the Opry and Grand Ole Opry and stuff like that here. And I guess I heard that Skinny Molly was looking for a bass player, and I'd seen Mike in 1995 with Leonard Skinner in Little Rock, Arkansas, and so when asked to do some Southern rock stuff, I jumped at the opportunity, did like an audition, I guess, and went well, and I've been in the band almost 7 years, I guess.
Yeah, and it's been quite a ride, like you say, lots of traveling, and I'm sure meeting lots of people, and I mean, playing with the people you're playing with in the band. That has to be exciting, and I think I'd ask the question that probably most would be thinking. Do you get much of the stories from these guys?
Yes, I'm privy to all the information.
Did you have to sign a waiver?
Well, it's sort of like when you put a gallon of information into a shot glass of a brain, something's bound to spill out.
Yeah.
So I'm afraid that some of that's probably lost in the mix. So,
yeah.
but yeah, no, it's great, and we do a lot of, I think there's more stories, yet to be told as far as going on the road with these guys. We have a lot of fun, but it is, when we're over in Europe, for example, it is, show after show, so there's not a lot of time to see the sights or anything, but, we have a great fan base over there, and here we do more, we'll do a week, and then we're off, or we'll do, 3 shows in a row or something. So it's less touring and more, 3-night stands at places like we just played Thunder Beach in Panama City Beach, Florida.
Right.
It was fantastic. We beat the hurricane, so you can't complain.
Very good, very good. Now, let's go a little further with the band Skinny Molly, coming from 2004, and then your involvement. They've signed with Roof Records. Am I saying that right?
That's right. That's right.
How did that come about?
We released independently the first album, No Good Deed, and it went really well, and we got a great response out of it. And I guess we caught the interest of Roof Records. They have a lot of great bands on their label, a lot of great blues artists.
They're out of Germany, is that right?
That's correct. That's correct. And they have a few bands that are on the label. The Spin Doctors are on there.
Oh wow.
The Royal Southern Brotherhood is on there, and there's a lot of great bands, and we're glad to be amongst them. We are probably one of the heavier rockinest bands that are on there. It is a blues label. But I think they were kind of looking to expand a little bit and look at artists that were already kind of doing well on their own, And like I said, Germany and a lot of places in Europe, especially England and the UK in general, are really good places for us. We have had a lot of success there and have been really happy with the turnout every time we play.
Well, so much so that I understand that Skinny Molly's getting ready to go back to Europe.
We are. We were just there in June, and we did a lot of festivals in France, but we went through Finland, France, and the UK. And so now we're going back. A week from today, we'll be in the Czech Republic.
Wow, that's really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you. More on the fan side of things. You talk about you play in the U.S. and Canada, and then you go to Europe. There's obviously got to be some notable differences in the fans as far as appreciation. Or how would you describe that difference in the fans?
Sometimes we get a lot of a bigger response, out of things that we would hear a lot, but it's really good. I guess the turnout is always really good. They'll show up on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night.
Right.
Just because, here it is at Skinny Molly. We have a great fan base that we see a lot of the same people. Like if we're in London, we'll see certain people. And it's great to see, the same, but they're always bringing friends. And we're always kind of, it's always growing. Even in troubled times, a recession, depression, whatever, they will plunk down their pounds and come out and see us. And that's something that we are, very honored, and you got to love it. We have great fans that are always there, no matter in the hard times or the good times.
It's always nice to be appreciated for whatever you're doing, that's for sure. And it makes makes the job, if you will, if you want to call it that, much easier.
Sure.
When you're feeling appreciated, for sure. After, how far ahead can we jump here? You're going to do the tour, and then when Skinny Molly gets back, is there any plans you can share with it that would be sort of in the next chapter?
Right. We've cut 5 songs for the new album, or CD, or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah.
But we got 5 of them. They're really, really good. I'm really happy. Mike Estes, he writes all the stuff, and we just go in there and try to envision it as best as we can, as close as we can to what he's kind of hearing. And so we've been working on it. So we got the 5 songs down, and then we were starting to run out of time for it. We had a bunch of shows in the U.S. and Ohio, Georgia, and of course Florida. And then so we weren't able to record the rest of it. But when we get back, we're going to do some definitely some recording, and definitely some just woodshedding it and figuring it out.
Very good. Thanks for sharing that. Maybe we can get you to stop in Canada sometime.
That would be great. We'd love to do it.
Have you ever played Canada before?
I have never. I think the band may have.
Well, I know. I'm sure Mike has with Leonard. We've had them here before, but yeah. Well, there's another reason to get Skinny Molly down here to Sarnia, Ontario, is where we're at.
Yeah. Well, we'd love to come up and see y'all maybe in the summer.
Okay. Well, we'll try to work something out there. Thanks for joining us, Lucas, once again, and no slowing down with Skinny Molly for sure. So thanks for sharing, and all the best of success to you and Skinny Molly.
Thanks a lot, David. I appreciate it.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, joining us this week on the show, we were very excited to have bass player from Skinny Molly, Lucas Bradshaw. Now, we want you to check out some of their music videos. You'll see an annotation on your screen. Click on that, and be sure to check out their music, and then come back here to watch some more exclusive footage right here on the show. Once again, Lucas Bradshaw, thank you so much.
Thank you.